On one end of the spectrum, let's say for example, the dirtiest water that I like to fish a jerkbait in during the winter time is about 2 foot of visibility. I want to have at least 2 foot of visibility minimum, on up to as clear as it wants to get. It can't get too clear. I mean, clear as it wants to get is fine. So the two extremes, as far as when you are trying to decipher about how to work a jerkbait, on one extreme you have 2 foot of visibility and maybe cloudy day. So you got the lowest light level condition on one end of the spectrum, off colored water, cloudy day. And on the other end of the spectrum, you'll have a bright sunny day and gin clear water, 10 foot of visibility. And then you have everything that comes together. You may have, 2.5, 3 foot, 4 foot visibility on up with that, in correlation with different type of water temperatures, usually ranging anywhere between 40 to 50 degrees, or maybe a little bit warmer. 40 to the low 50s is sort of the range that most lakes fall in during the wintertime at their coldest period. So depending upon how that is, this is one truth I want to share with you guys. If you have a situation where you're on the lower end of the scale in terms of light penetration, like it's cloudy, off-colored water, that is when you want to work the jerkbait slow in the wintertime, even if the water temperature is closer to 50 degrees. The more dirty and the colder the water is, the slower that you have to work a jerkbait. And this is the time where you really want to spend time making sure your jerkbait suspends perfectly in the water. If you have water visibility of 2 foot and a water temperature of 45 degrees, this is a situation where you're going to want to jerk this thing down till it gets to the deepest part and just let it sit there for a while and not move it hardly at all. And then jerk it a little bit more and let it sit there for 5 or 10 seconds. That is going to get you a lot of bites there. Now, as your water clarity increases along those lines, even if the water temperature doesn't increase, the speed of your jerkbait and the length of the pause time increases. So let's say, for example, I was letting the jerkbait set for 10 seconds in off-colored water, low light conditions. If I go to like 3 foot of clarity, like 3.5 foot of clarity, and maybe I get a partly cloudy day, instead of letting that jerkbait set for 10 seconds, I may let it set for 3 to 5 seconds. And then if I get on the other end of the spectrum, say I'm in 8 to 10 foot of clarity and the water temperature, maybe is closer to 50 degrees, still wintertime situation, but it's cleaner, warmer situation with that. I'll work the jerkbait down, and I may only let it pause for just a second or two. I'll jerk it down like this, let it stop, jerk it, let it stop, jerk it, like stop, work it a little bit faster. That is one truth that you're going to find out in bass fishing, is the rate of pause and the